Let's go ahead and give a shout out to George Crumb, the man who's credited with giving us the American potato chip. And as you bend down to place your golf ball on that golf tee, let's go ahead and thank Harvard dentist George Grant. And the next time a yellow light keeps you from running an intersection and getting T-boned, let's give a shout out to Garrett Morgan.
Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the Kenyan Beast. Now in this video I'm gonna talk about this white man setting the record straight about black people. I know from time to time the white people have been discrediting us, but let's listen to this video and then we'll talk about it.
Our world would suck without the amazing contributions of black Americans. And if that gets in your feelings in some kind of way, well, I got facts on my side. I'll tell you what, come walk with me. Class is in session. This cell phone that you're watching me teach you on would be a worthless paperweight without Tennessee State University graduate Jesse Eugene Russell, the man who came up with the idea of digital wireless networks himself for AT&T. And trying to locate your favorite restaurant without GPS would be extremely difficult without Virginia State University alum Dr. Gladys West, who created such complex math that allowed GPS to be pinpoint accurate. You enjoy 3D, do you? Well, you might as well thank Miss Valerie Thomas, a Morgan State University graduate who came up with a way to translate data from satellites from 2D into 3D. Not only that, she helped to revolutionize farming worldwide with satellite imagery because she was the one that created the language that we could interpret it. Tell you what, go ahead and flip on that light switch for me. That little filament you see burning in the middle that lights up your room, you can thank Lewis Latimer for that. He's also the one that drew Alexander Graham Bell's telephone design on the patent. Summer's coming, it's getting hot. When you go to adjust that AC thermostat of yours, you can thank David Crosswick for that. And when you go to work and flip on your computer, you might want to give a nod to Mark Dean, one of the most prolific geniuses at IBM. He gave us the color monitor, the first gigahertz processing chip, and he's listed on 3 of the 9 original patents for the IBM PC. Woo doggy, I'm just getting warmed up. And seeing that it's Memorial Day weekend, let's go ahead and give a shout out to George Crumb, the man who's credited with giving us the American potato chip. And as you bend down to place your golf ball on that golf tee, let's go ahead and thank Harvard dentist George Grant. And the next time a yellow light keeps you from running an intersection and getting T-boned, let's give a shout out to Garrett Morgan, the man who came up with the middle part of the traffic light, who sold the invention for GE for $40,000 and became the first black American man to own a car in Cleveland. And you can thank Otis Boykin, a Fisk University graduate, for creating and patenting the variable resistance resistor, this tiny little item which made electronics impervious to temperature and atmospheric conditions, driving consumer prices down so we can all afford the fancy electronic gadgets we have. And if you know somebody that's had a pacemaker installed in their chest and it saved their life, you can thank him for that too, because he invented the control module after losing his mom to heart disease. And not only that, he's one of the chief architects for guided missile systems. And where would we be without Dr. Percy Julian, the first person ever to synthesize human hormones from soybeans and yams, building a multi-million-dollar empire along the way. And with summer coming on, we gotta give a shout out to Dr. Lonnie Johnson, the man behind the Super Soaker water gun, and he's still with us. And if you're a gamer, let's go ahead and show some love to Jerry Lawson, the creator of the Fairchild Channel F video game system that uses programmable cartridges. And what this did is both revolutionize and kick off the video game console industry. And last, but certainly not least, is Frederick McKinley Jones, the man who came up with portable mechanical refrigeration systems. Now, you may not think this is important, but how else do you think frozen foods get to the stores? How else do you have frozen blood banks? This man also came up with the first prototype snowmobile. He patented the first movie ticket dispensing machine and also created the first portable x-ray system among many of his 60 patents. And finally, I want to give a huge, heartfelt and sincere thank you to all of you that have shown me love and support on my journey across America as I walk and talk and create conversation and awareness for HBCUs and share these amazing history stories about black Americans. I couldn't do it without you. And if you wish to be a part of this and support me in some way, I always appreciate a like, a comment, and a repost. And I have a GoFundMe link in my bio, and I've got my Cash App listed below, because I couldn't do this without you guys, I promise. Remember, Black history is American history, and I will see you on the road. The power of Black American history is beautifully unique. Now, I've been to 26 states and 30 HBCUs in the last 9 months, and I have walked through New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, and I'm almost to St. Louis in the last 2 months. And all along the way, I have shared my story, my testimony, that I'm walking across the country, and I get people to ask me, why am I doing it? And then I tell them, because I'm creating conversation awareness about historically black colleges and universities, and I want to share these amazing stories of black history along the way. You know, I'll bring up how Black America saved Cadillac, how Black America saved Pepsi, that probably arguably the most famous Harley Davidson in the world, the Easy Rider bike, was designed by two Black American men who never got credit for it in the movie. Or I'll point to their cell phone and tell them how it's a paperweight without the brilliance of Jesse Eugene Russell, a Tennessee State University graduate who gave us digital wireless networks for AT&T. Or I'll bring up the GPS on the phone because the math that made it so precise is thanks to Dr. Gladys West, a Virginia State University alumna. And then, you know, I'll bring up 3D, how Dr. Valerie Thomas from Morgan State is the one who was able to decipher satellite imagery into 3D, which created the technology. But it's the people's reaction to these stories. The more bombs I drop, the bigger their eyes get. And I watch their faces, I read their expressions. It's almost like light bulbs go off in their brain. You can see this when you're telling them these stories. And I just began to notice that people unite over the telling of these stories. Now, I know I'm a pretty good storyteller, but I'd be useless and worthless without great stories to tell. And so it just occurred to me that everybody I've encountered that I tell these stories to, I get the same reaction. Even people I know that are racist, which is crazy, isn't it? I just thought you should know.
Welcome back. Now, the black people are part of building the American nation, or are part of building the United States of America. You know, in many years, the white people have been degrading us. The white people have been belittling us as black people. But too, the black people are part of building America. As you have heard, this white man has set the record straight. I don't have much to add. He has set the record straight, and it's something that most white people will not agree. It's something that most white people know, but they don't want to talk about it. They know that most black people are inventors. They know that the most black people have invents things like potato chips, like traffic lights, like everything that is in this world. There is 100% or some percentage of black people being the inventors, but the white people won't agree because they are the one who are writing the history. We won't learn about them. We won't learn about the black people inventing things in our school because they don't want us to know that black people too have mind, you know. And that's why I always say, as black people, for example, here in Africa, we have people who, young youths, African youths, black youths, who have built cars, build building phones, they build radio stations, but they don't get chance. Because whenever a young man builds something like that here in Africa, he is being shut down, he is being stopped, he is being taken away. I know of a guy from my village who built an aeroplane, a jet, not a jet, an helicopter. I know of a guy in our village who built a radio station, but all of them are being shut down because the government will come and tell you, we need a license, you need to pay this and this. For you to do this, you need to do this and this. They will ask a lot of money from you, and you will end up losing interest of inventing things, you know. I know something like helicopter, something like cars has been invented before, but getting someone from Africa, from the village, doing it from scratch is a plus. And that's why we as Kenyans, we as Africans, we as black people, we end up importing everything, even knife, importing spoon, importing shoes, importing clothes, importing everything that we use, because we don't want to appreciate our own black people. We don't want to appreciate what our black people have invented, what our black people have made, because we have been corrosed with our mind. We have been made to believe that something that is made by a black person is not a good thing. Something that's made here in Kenya, something that is made in Africa, it's not original. We are meant to believe that things that have been made in the white man's country, or a white man has made it, or China has made it, is the one which is original. Even the telephone we are using, it was part of a black person invented it. So white people, they need to know that. As far as they don't want to understand, as far as they don't want to agree. But the truth is, the black people have made or invent a lot of things. What we learn in school is that Christopher Columbus discovered this, Isaac Newton discovered this, Livingstone discovered this, but we won't learn about any inventory of a black person. It's very rare for us to be given that kind of topic in our schools. It's very rare to have a written history about that black person. It's very rare for that history to come in public. But the black people, they played a big part, a big role in building of the United Nations. They played a big role in building of the Europe nation. They played a big role in making America great. They played a big role in making the white people settle comfortable as they have settled now. We can do something great as the black people. We can go somewhere, we can build something, we can have our own thing as the black nation. It's not everything will be made with a white person, you know. As a black people, we need to stand, we need to rise, we need to know that we got everything that we need. By the way, we have the resources. The resources that are made, things that natural resources are being used to make phones. The uraniums, the copper, we have gold, we have cocoa, we have everything that we need as Africans. We have everything that we need. Congo is one of the richest countries, but the intervention of the white people, the French, the British, the Russia, everyone is fighting for peace in Congo. And they are, you know what? They are using the Congolese people to fight their own people. That's not the topic of today. The topic of today is the black people or black Americans have made America great. They have played a big part in creating America. They won't agree that, but thanks to this white man, he has put the record straight. Tell me in the comment section, what do you think about this video? Of course, I am the Kenyan Beast, and I'm doing it the African way every day, every time. And peace be with you until the next topic. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Comment down there. Peace be with you.